What up, y'all? This your girl, Lemon here, back with another video. Alright, for Reminiscent. Thank you so much for tuning into this message. Alright, this is for Gemini energy. So wherever you have Gemini in your chart, this message is going to be for you, whether it's a placement or if you know where your Gemini house is, where that energy sits in your natal chart, progressive chart, draconic chart. This message will pertain to that area. This is an overall general message, very light message. If you're looking for something a little bit more in depth and specific, you will be able to use the link in the description box below. It will be available for you to purchase a reading, whether tarot or astrological. All right. Be sure before you leave to go ahead and hit the like button. Share this video with whom you believe can benefit from it, social media, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel before you go. Should this video resonate with you, go ahead and leave a comment, share some positive vibes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this message here. Okay, Spirit. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for making sure that this channel message is protected. Going ahead and removing any and all negative energies that may try to penetrate before, during, and after the closing of this message. Alrighty. Let's see what message the Spirit has for Gemini placements. What message do we have for Gemini placements? What message do we have for Gemini placements? What do you need to know right now? What do you need to know right now? Well, at this time, Uranus before the Mercury is retrograde, which is Gemini's ruling planet, and Capricorn going back to Sagittarius and opposing energy. So, it's been a theme about secrets coming out. This Mercury retrograde so far with the messages I've been doing. However, for you, Gemini, I think it's more about you realizing what is really, where you really need to put your time and effort into. What's really going to be worth it for you. All right. What should you be investing your mental energy into? Like what conversations and stuff like that. Okay, so here we have the sound of the universe 51, which breaks down to a 6. At the bottom we have freedom 25, which is a 7. We got the dragonfly here, which is a representative of freedom like energy. So let's go ahead and look at this really quickly. 51. Life-changing experiences, glimpsing the great mystery, significant timing, pivotal moments, the Sri Yantra, the tuning fork of the universal consciousness, music transcending mundane reality. Okay, it says this card signifies those pivotal moments that transcend belief, remind us of a greater reality, and influence us so that life will never be the same again. When I started channeling paintings, I explored sacred geometry by including it as a key element in my creations without knowing much about its meaning. When I looked up the wisdom of the Sri Yantra, I was blown away. It symbolizes the sound of the universe. This painting was crucial for me, as it was my make or break decider for whether I could fulfill my dream as a painter. It was also significant as I crashed my car trying to steady the painting and momentarily taking my eyes off the road. The events that followed delivered the most spiritual growth I had experienced in this lifetime up until that point. Interestingly, this piece has also vanished. The Sri Yantra is a powerful symbol described as the tuning fork that connects us to universal consciousness. It is present in those aha moments, the fragments in time when life as we know it falls away to reveal a place outside of mundane. It brings a sense of awe and overwhelms, and yet it feels so real that it jolts us back to our core for deeper remembering. It allows us to fathom our limitlessness. This card is also about music as a sacred tool. It speaks of the importance of having a soundtrack for our journey. Music was an essential aspect of ceremony in Lemuria as it bridged the gap between matter and non-matter. Even in this dimension, music opens the portals to an array of feelings and atmospheres, bringing more music into your life to expand your experience and shift your sense of ordinary reality. So the divinatory meaning, having your world shaken up, even a little, can invite a deeper glimpse of the great mystery of your life. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane world. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, and intuitive creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to naturally imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Wake up to the hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multi-dimensional world. All right. So yeah, I'm definitely getting to, with the mercurial energy, to be more aware of what you do, what you're doing with your mental energy, and definitely like that, following the sound of the universe. Like I can even see this as, just being careful of what energy you take in, music, what media, music, movies, books, like what information you take in, and be careful with that at this time. Do your best to stick to what is truly, you, like what true vibe are you looking to, deflower at this time, to really seek into deep, like seek more of, like what vibration are you looking to, tap into. And the other thing that I was getting while reading that was to, if you get the signal, if you get the synchronicity to go and flow in a specific direction, to follow it faithfully, okay? And to trust what the universe has in store for you, okay? And then you got the freedom here too at the bottom, which I feel like this time is about you accessing a part of yourself that will lead you to more freedom, and it'll help widen that perspective for you. Gemini can be very narrow in the way where, in contrast to its opposite, Sagittarius, where you stay in your lane, okay? And it's nothing wrong with that, but it's like there are other lanes for you to explore as well. You don't have to be, stuck in one way of thinking or one way of viewing yourself or even other people. But I think this is more about your personal journey of self-exploration, seeing how far you can go, seeing how far you can take it, seeing how much success is actually here, waiting for you to respond to it, waiting for you to tap into it, waiting for you. And you may have to free yourself from the other things that you've been tapping into, which again, with the Mercury transit would make sense. All right. So here, we're going to look at, here's Mercury showing up, communication and truth, 24, coagulation, soul ascension, 38. And then we have separation, division, and integration. Basically everything we literally just said. Everything we just kind of like went over. And we got the moon, intuition, and emotional healing at the bottom. So yeah, it's very crucial at this time, Gemini energy, that we allow ourselves to, be clear. Be very, very clear with our mind's eye, with our intentions on what is bringing us freedom, what freedom to think or express ourselves actually feels like at this moment. And it'll be different for everybody, of course. But mercurial energy is, it does have some checks and balances that goes with it. It cannot remain completely unchecked. And because it's known as a trickster energy, you know, it might send you a message to have you go in one direction only to lead you somewhere, you know, else. All right. So having the freedom, having the ability, you know, to kind of like let go and flow is going to be super important with, you know, and then the moon card being here, intuition and emotional healing. And I also see this too with the letting go, with the sword dropping away, with separation, division, and integration. There is going to be some type of, with every ascension comes some type of separation. So you're getting away from the things that have become easy or mundane or too simple. Like it's time for you to move away from the things that have been, you know, elementary now. What used to be something that was kind of difficult and something you had to really progress yourself into or through to gain a full understanding. It's like, okay, now you've done that. Now it's time for you to exceed to a new level, another level. It does go through an ascension process. So spirit is communicating the truth to you about, okay, your job in this area or your focus in this area is over. And now it's time for you to move to another level. It kind of reminds me of Taurus energy, where it's kind of like you need to step it up a notch. But this is not you literally doing things differently as much as it's about you learning how to disconnect from certain thoughts that you had to kind of like ingrain subconsciously to get you from somewhere to where you are now. And now it's kind of like time for you to do the same thing. And it's all happening in the mind. It's all happening in the mind. All right. And Capricorn energy is an energy that represents attachments. Okay. And it's going backwards into side, just like you get to detach, like you kind of like attached yourself one way, and then it's like, okay, let me back up and, you know, let's try this again. Do this again. Because how it landed may not have been, and I can see this in conversation, how something landed with someone didn't really stick or land, you know, as well as you may have liked it to. Okay. I can see that conversation, especially with freedom being here at the bottom, is like it created a separation. However, the separation in a 3D, it might come with some painful truth. It may come with some misunderstanding, of course. Typical with a retrograde, right? However, this is giving you and that other person or people time to kind of be in your own vibe a little bit more and see what spirit is actually trying to communicate to you on where your focus should be, because you're ascending past something that you've become too comfortable in. All right, so let's go ahead and communication and truth. Communication and truth. I was just like about to say it's a bird in here. You got the Lover's card here. Your energy showing up. All right, with communication and truth. Definitely getting integration in here with this picture as well. But like in all separations, there's a oneness. In all separations, there still is a oneness. So there's nothing that's truly separate from another. Okay. Now, what else do I want to say about this Lovers? Oh, we got the Seven of Wands here. Definitely Trying to protect something. Something needs protecting. A good attitude will help you maintain during this transition, having a positive attitude. Okay. Yeah, having a positive attitude. The truth is that this is honestly what's best for you. That this person, it could be someone passing away, or it could be, you know, you migrating somewhere else, you working in a different department, you choosing to separate from a business, or you choosing to separate, you know, from a company or a certain relationship, someone that's been around for a while. It's going to change, and it offers you more freedom. And I could see how this could, from the outside looking in, you needing more freedom or more space could look kind of like, it could be the conversation that doesn't land correctly with other people. Soul ascension. We got another Martian energy here with the Two of Wands, Dominion. Okay. The Two of Wands is very Martian. But it's like, this is aggressive. This is an aggressive time of change and clarity. And it may be taking you a little bit by storm. Yeah, we got the Five of Cups here with the Chariot card. Yeah, it's taking you by storm. You wasn't expecting this type of change here. It's like you just rolled into it, you know? You just rolled into it. You may have went with the punches, but you kind of just rolled into the situation, and it just something that just was going on, and you just went with it. And then it's like, okay, whoa, hold up now, hold up, hold your horses. you gotta hold your horses, Gemini. Okay, time to hold those horses. Yeah, the comfort. And you got 3 Martian cards here. The comfort that you had, I guess, what I want to say, okay, it's coming as in the comfort that you had to be yourself in a situation has kind of left the building a little bit. And I feel like that's what this Five of Cups is representing. Your ability that you used to have to completely be completely yourself has kind of vanquished a little bit, and you're more withdrawn. You're pulling your energy, you know, back a little bit through these obstacles. And it's only because the Spirit is asking you to look within, go within. Your soul is in a process of ascension. So you need to look within for your answers. That's why you're becoming more withdrawn, being more observant. At this time, just make sure that you don't take that opportunity to attack others. Don't take the opportunity to project your emotions onto other people. If you're feeling a bit insecure in this new environment, or with these new gifts, or with this new truth, that Spirit has communicated to you, that's very important right now. So division and integration. Let's look at this. We have the Two of Discs here. So yeah, definitely change is taking place in your physical reality. Things are not the same as they once were at all. Yeah, something is getting left behind. It's like so much change. Jupiter, so much change, so much space to expand yourself in, right? But then it's like emotionally, it's kind of like you see how restricted you've been in your previous environment. And this could just be a mental environment. This doesn't necessarily have to be physical. It could be like your mental space. A lot has kind of opened up for you, you know, on a 3D level. And mentally, you've kind of restricted yourself to this lane or perception or vision of what spirit had for you, and decide, okay, well, I'm gonna ride this lane till I can't ride it no more. It's working for me. It's helping me to fulfill my purpose. I feel like I'm doing the work I'm here to do. And then in this new environment, and your money changing, your occupation change, your vocation change, like the things that people with this Leo, this fire, Aries and Leo energy here, how people see you, perceive you as well, that mirroring effect, with the moon energy here in Cancer and Pisces here, how other people are looking at you, you know, with this expansion, like you going to a different tax bracket, kind of like, you know, there's people who are looking at you different. Regardless of how they look at you, they're looking at you differently. Okay? And that could cause, you know, some uncomfortability, because the expectations on your outside and your environment have been, you know, lifted up a bit. And it's not necessarily a negative or a bad thing to have higher expectations from, you know, your occupation or what you choose to do or be in the world. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just that emotionally, you're going to have to open yourself up a little bit more wider to what spirit is trying to get you to see. You're not limited by what you've been doing all these years. I want to say the last 10 years. You're not limited you're not limited to what you've been doing the past decade. You're not limited by any means. You may have been in a good lane that you've been riding in, and it's been paying off very handsomely for you. But at this time, it's time for you to expand your vision. It's time for you to expand your vision, and you know it. Okay? That is going to require you some freedom or some space from the group who's been on this journey with you to really evaluate what the divine has in store. Can I get just one more with these two, the first and the last one? Yep. Alignment. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. So it comes here with the 3 of discs. Honey, it's going to work out. It is going to take some elbow grease. Another Mars here. Lots of action. Lots of action. Okay, this is about the acts of how are you being seen by others? How are you protecting your heart? Okay, that's on the table. What like motivation do you have when it comes to how you show up for yourself, how you address your deep feelings and motivations that are unseen, and how you choose to show up in the world to accomplish the goals that you have that have to do with the public interface. Okay, if you don't love it, if you're not loving it, Venus here, if you're not loving it, then you're going to have to work it out and make a different choice. But you're being forced into an alignment that will bring you more freedom. Follow your intuition. Your soul knows. Trust it. It's leading you through these obstacles somewhere special. And again, the last decade of where your mental energy and physical energy with all this Mars here has been placed doesn't have to be limited to just this one thing. You've become very good or great at it, and that was needed. But now it's time for you to hop in a new lane. Okay? It's time for you to exit this and hop on a new highway. Information highway. All right? So that's the message that I have for you, Geminian energy. Thank you so much for tuning into this message. All right? And all of these will be available very soon for purchase. I love the selenite rose It does work very beautifully. Just as beautiful as it looks. All right. So, it's been real, y'all. Peace.